Every month, Julia and her cousins would go for the big family meal at their grandparents' house. They would always wait excitedly for the moment their grandfather would give them a few coins, so they could buy themselves something. Then all the children would run off to buy chewing gum, lollies, or wine gums. The grandparents, aunts, uncles, and parents commented that, behaving like this, the children would never learn to manage their money. So they proposed a special test, in which the children would have to show, over the course of a year, just what they could manage to get with those few coins. Some of the children thought that they would save their money, but Ruben and Nico, the two smallest kids, paid no attention, and they continued spending it all on sweets. Every time, they would show off their sweets in front of the other children, laughing and making fun of their cousins. They made Clara and Joe so angry that these two could no longer stand to keep saving their money. They joined Ruben and Nico in spending whatever they had, as soon as possible, on sweets and candy. Monty was a clever boy, and he decided to start managing his money. By exchanging it, buying and selling things, or betting it with other children, in card games. Soon, he had accumulated a lot of money for little effort. However, Monty was not being very careful, and he got involved in more and more risky deals. A few months later he hadn't a single penny left, after placing a losing bet on a horse race. Alex, on the other hand, had a will of iron. He saved and saved all the money he was given, wanting to win the competition, and at the end of the year he had collected more money than anyone. With so much money, he managed to buy sweets at a reduced price, so that on the day of the competition he had more sweets than everybody else. And even then, he still had enough left over for a toy. There was also Julia. Poor Julia had a plan, but was worried whether the plan would work. However, she was determined to carry on with her plan, although, she couldn't manage to save anything. After 1 year, Julia surprised everyone by turning up at the grandparents' house with a violin and a lot of money. What was even more impressive was hearing her play. Everyone knew that Julia adored the violin, even though the family couldn't afford to pay for her to have lessons. So Julia had got to know a poor violinist who played in the park, and she offered him all the coins her grandfather had given her, if he would teach her how to play. Although it wasn't much money, on seeing Julia's excitement, the violinist agreed, and he taught her happily for months. Julia showed so much desire and interest that a little after a year, she was able to buy her own violin and played in the park. She was so successful that she made a lot of money from her passion. And she would always tell people how it was possible, with just a few coins well spent, to make her wildest dreams a reality. The end. Thanks for watching. Remember, there is power within you. Please like, subscribe and share.